Yo, what is going on YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to create a piano beat like Lil Baby using FL Studio. First thing is sound selection. To start off, I used the grand piano from Keyscape, Rhodes preset from Keyscape, pad preset from Omnisphere for texture. This preset is part of my Black Space Omnisphere bank, and a resonance preset to bring a cool wind in the background. Lil Baby uses pianos, pads, and Rhodes on a majority of his beats, so sound selection is clear. Although I use third-party VSTs, you can also use stock or some free VSTs available online. In case you do not have these VSTs, I'll leave a link down in the description below. On the piano, I added effect rack for some reverb and delay along with minor EQing. You can also use Fruity Reverb and Fruity Delay also if you do not have these plugins. Your BPM should range between 120 to 160. Choose whatever tempo you feel is best for your track in that range. Now let's get into the piano roll and set our scale highlighting. Lil Baby songs are usually in minor or major, so I'm going to select C minor Aeolian. The background is now highlighted with notes in scale. Just make sure not to touch the darker notes that aren't highlighted and you'll be fine. Also, quick tip, go to your typing keyboard, right click and set to minor natural plus chords. This makes all the letters on your typing keyboard into playable notes as well as making all the numbers on your keyboard into playable chords. Now that you guys have that down, let's go ahead and start laying down the melodies. Now go ahead and highlight your melodies. Go to the magnet tool to set it to 1/3 of a beat. Press Alt-L to set them to length. Then go to the dragging icon on the side of your melodies. Press Alt-Shift and drag it to bar. You can now render the audio clip to reserve your memory and CPU from overload, and also you can stop the crackling and lagging if you are experiencing it by rendering it. Next would be layering. I showed you the sound selection I used, but you can choose whatever sound you believe fits this style. Now copy the MIDI we laid out, paste it onto the Rhodes channel, remove all the melodies. I will only copy the melody without chords and paste it into the violin channel only. After, copy the chords and paste to the rest of your sound selection. Now to lay out the drums for the hi-hats, first of all, I set it to 1/3 of a beat as well. And for certain sections, I also put it to 1/6 of a beat. Mess with the velocities a little bit. Change the panning by pushing Alt-R. Make sure that the pattern is selected off. Just use the panning tool to make your notes go from left ear to right ear. Now for the open hats, I also set it to 1/3 of a beat for certain parts. Adjust the panning to make it a little more surround sound. Then highlight your notes and make your velocity rise by clicking the bottom and dragging up. So now for the claps, not too special, just adding them like any other usual clap. For the 808, I made it pretty simple, letting the bass play out. I also made the last part into 1/3 as well to match the rest of the beat. For the kick, I just copied the 808 pattern, pasted it onto the kick, and made sure that I just deleted 2 notes for when the higher pitched 808 comes in, it has a little bit more room and not crashing. Onto the snare, I use the same method from the hi-hats, making certain sections into 1/4 and 1/3 of a beat, as well as adjusting the velocity and panning. Now add all your channels into that playlist and organize them to what you feel is best. Listen to some Lil Baby tracks to get a better understanding and an idea. Lastly, I added some effects for transitions. I have an impact ready every time my beat drops and also reversed it to use it as a riser. I also reversed a part of my 808 before the beat drops to make it sound more cinematic. To give more to your track, create automation clips. I added a reverb from Valhalla on my violin. Turn the mix level all the way down, right-click the mix level, and create automation clip. This will be used as a riser before my bass drops. The FL Studio project, sounds used, and mixer bank from this track are all part of the StudioPlug Lil Baby Volume 1 mixer bank available at StudioPlug.net. If you want to listen to the full track, it is also available at StudioPlugBeats.com. Links are down in the description below. Anyways, that is all for this video. Share this with your producer friends, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content.
StudioPlug.